Isang mapagpalayang araw sa ating lahat. Once again, I am Mix Gerald Besto, but my friends do call me Maria. So I am going to report for the summary or present to you the summary of Module 6. So this is just a quick summary of what my group mates had already presented. So before I begin, let me begin my presentation with this quote that I had found somewhere. So alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. That's according to Helen Keller. So this is actually the theme of Module 6, which is coming together into a one project, into one movement, or into a one development initiative towards a common goal or towards its positive social change. So the objectives for the presentation would be by the end of this presentation, you should be able to explain the concept and importance of social mobilization and partnerships. Aside from that, um, identify the key steps in building effective partnerships for social mobilization efforts as well. So let me begin with my introduction. I hope everyone is ready. So social mobilization is grounded in social justice principles. So again, when we are doing social mobilization, it should be for the common good or it should be for the social justice. It should be to benefit for all while trying to mitigate the effects of these development. So aside from that, it also aims to address social, political, and economic issues. So nowadays, there are a lot of things going on around. So probably with our social issues, there are a lot of, poverty still exists. And that's one thing that is true to our country. Aside from that, politically speaking as well, we have been talking about sovereignty with ICC arrest on the former president Rodrigo Roa Duterte, and of course, with the economic issues as well. That's very evident that while we are fighting and battling with a lot of issues right now, there are issues as well in economic that we are no longer been able to talk about, and social mobilization aims to bring all of those. To address all of those by bringing them into mainstream media or gathering people to um, to act on it, to act on these issues. So, aside from that, social mobilization as well ensures everyone has access to basic human rights and contributes to societal improvement. So, here is what we call the social mobilization continuum. So, the first one is that we should mobilize resources, identify what resources are available. Are these resources that we need for our project are available within the community we are working with? And most especially, people are the most important resources. Are they willing to participate, to mobilize themselves? Because either how we would I mean, no matter how we would want to move forward these development initiatives, if people within that specific community would not mobilize themselves or empower themselves to address these issues, then our projects would be irrelevant. Aside from that, we should also build partnerships. Again, as cliche as it may sound, but two heads are better than one. So this is the foundation of this. We should build partnerships because out there we can do so much when we come together. Aside from that, we should also tap our networks, other organizations probably or individuals or non-government organizations or even the government organizations themselves are probably working on this one. The academe could help um, non-government organizations fighting for environmental issues, something like that. And then, of course, the most important thing is that community participation. If the community would not participate into something, then suffice to say that our project or our development initiatives would become less effective as well. So, how do we what activities could enhance mobilization? So these are community meetings. So gather with the community, build rapport with the community. By conducting meetings with the community, of course, you will be able to build rapport with them. So when there is rapport and trust, we can ensure that community participation and networking as well. And of course, building partnerships um, could be enhanced or could be formed or could be built. Aside from that, school programs teach young children, teach teens to become vocal. So nowadays, a lot of issues going around that teens um, are becoming more less participative on political issues, which is actually um, very alarming nowadays. Aside from that, music, dance, and drama as well could enhance mobilization. So let's say during the Lenny Robredo campaign last election, the song by Ariana Grande was used during the political movement as well by the what we call kakampings. Aside from that, a lot of songs right now and even dramas and music are actually portraying what's happening on the real ground. So it could be gender issues, probably cheating as well. And aside from that, traditional media like soap operas and contests could also enhance social mobilization. So aside from that, we should also discuss the role of partnerships. So, partnerships enhance social mobilization by providing technical expertise. So, let's say academic institutions, human resources as well. Sometimes we are very passionate on something, however, we felt like we're alone working on this one. So, we should tap non-government organizations and volunteers as well, so that they could be able to help us as well with our project. Aside from that, financial support, development partners. So during the C's of the operation of USAID, there are a lot of non-government organizations working in third world countries have been affected because of this, which is actually not a good sign because a lot of their third or developing countries are actually relying on financial support from USA. Aside from that, the role of partnership also involve infrastructure access. So let's say public and private facilities. More often than not, we need to have a better environment. That's why infrastructure access is very important as one of the roles of partnerships. Aside from that, we should also discuss the benefits of partnerships. So, enhance collaboration. With diverse perspectives, we create better solutions. Aside from that, improved communication as well. Ensures alignment of program goals and community needs. And the third one is shared responsibility. So, strengthens partner commitment. And of course, transparency and trust. Regular updates foster trust and confidence. Now, we should be discussing also the steps in building partnerships. So, of course, the first one is that you need to conduct a situation analysis. What's happening on the ground? After that, assess partner capabilities. Who are these organizations or individuals who are willing to partner with you? And of course, you should define roles and responsibilities. More often than not, we should discuss this one because it's very important that we define what are our roles and responsibilities and then establish consensus. Aside from establishing consensus, should also build trust and rapport among the partnership, or I mean within the partnership. Sorry. And the fifth one is implement agreed activities. Sustain dialogue because again, in any organization, dialogue is a bloodline. So without this, it would not be effective. So evaluate progress as well. From time to time, you should evaluate where are we now, what is going to be successful in the future and what's going to fail so that you would be able to prepare better. And of course, document and expand. Um, to conclude, social mobilization empowers communities to achieve sustainable progress. Partnerships guided by effective communication and mutual respect ensure program success. And lastly, clear roles, shared responsibility, and active dialogue are crucial to building lasting partnerships. So for our discussion forum, to enrich our discussion, kindly answer the first and the second question, which are the following. What strategies can you suggest to improve community participation in social mobilization programs? And how can partnerships be strengthened to ensure long-term sustainability of social development initiatives? So to end my discussion, let me end it with a quote. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. And working together is success. That's Henry Ford. So these are my references. And once again, thank you so much. And for your questions, let me drop it to our discussion forum. Thank you and bye bye.